Hi, Chelsea. It's good to see you again. Thanks for
Hi.
coming in. And this is your husband?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Owens. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh. Nice to meet you. All right. Well, Chelsea, after the last time you came in, or I looked at all your stuff and kind of figured out what you have. It's actually not uncommon in women, and I've seen a lot of it in here, and we've been able to help everybody so far, and so we're going to be able to help you as well. So it's good news.
Good.
And now the last time we were in here, we went over kind of the nervous system and subluxation and all that stuff. And as kind of a refresher to you, and since he wasn't here, do you mind if I discuss some of it with him?
Go ahead.
All right. Okay, so do you know much about the nervous system? Are you familiar with it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. As you know, the nervous system is the master system of the body. It's composed of your brain and your spinal cord, which runs through your spine, your back, and then all the nerves that come out of there. And so the nerves, they come out at different levels of where in your vertebrae, which is of the bones that compose your spine, and they come out to different areas, all down to, say, your hands, your fingers. And actually, here's a good representation of everything. It shows you how it is. And the nerves in your neck come down your arm, they go to your hands and your fingers. And if you have something, what's called a subluxation, it's when the bones aren't exactly properly aligned, and so they can cause the information that's going down from your brain to the area that it controls, and these subluxations, they cause interference in this. And when you have a subluxation, they're not necessarily, you might not know right away because you might not have some of the symptoms. But when you do have some of the symptoms, it can be anything from pain or numbness or tingling. So you might have some tingling or numbness in your fingers, and it can be caused by a subluxation in your neck. And these subluxations can be caused by things such as, fall anytime throughout your life. Actually, during birth, it's one of the things it's very traumatic to people when you're going through birth. There's a lot of pulling and a lot of things going on, and you can actually be subluxated during birth. Then also, if it's you get in a car wreck or something like that throughout your life, all of these types of things can cause subluxation. And so then as you come down the spine, the mid-back, there are nerves that come out there that will innervate the musculature, in your thorax, in your abdomen and everything. And there's also other nerves that I'll talk about in just a second that go to all your organs. But then the nerves in your low back, they come out and they go to, say, your buttocks or your legs or all the way down to your feet and your toes. And now what Chelsea has going on is some stuff that it's being affected in her low back. That's why she's having some low back pain and actually some pain on this tingling and stuff down her legs. So, yes. And then like I was saying, some of the other nerves that come out to innervate, that control some of the organs are, say, in your upper back. Those are the things, or those nerves come out and they control, say, your heart and your lungs. And then mid-back is kind of your stomach and stuff. And then as you get into the lower back, what's causing some of the symptoms that she's having are kind of some other digestive issues. So your intestines so you might get a little constipated and things like that. And then also, it's not pleasant.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. And then also your reproductive organs and just some of the things like that. Yeah, exactly. So, so is that pretty good? Pretty good understanding of all of that? And you want to take care of those subluxations because if you don't, they can start to cause even more issues down the road.
Well,
So, yeah.
knock them out.
All right. Well, Chelsea, like I was saying, we absolutely, it's not uncommon for women to have this. What you have, after reviewing everything, what I realized you have is called lower cross syndrome. And it's where your stomach, you get some of the low back pain because you have certain muscles that are working too hard and they're doing too much, while other muscles aren't really doing much at all that they're supposed to be doing, and they're kind of just relaxed, and then it's kind of the reverse of the order that they're supposed to be in. So with lower cross syndrome, you have the muscles, it's like your psoas or your iliacus, and the muscles that are, say, in here, and what some people would just commonly refer to them as your hip flexors, what will bring like your knee up something, and
Okay.
those get pretty tight. And that happens easily when you're sitting all the time. Since you're a student, that happens very easily. And then also, there's some muscles in your back and your lower back that get pretty tight too, and then that causes, so like this curve right here that's supposed to be just a little bit, yours is it's a little bit more of a curve because of it's pulling forward, and then the muscles in your back are pulling up harder. And then you have weak muscles like your abs can be a little weaker for this, so they won't pull the bones forward more and keep everything in line. Okay, and so what we're going to need to do, I'm going to need to see you for the first 2 weeks. I'm going to need to see you 3 times a week. It's going to be $50 an adjustment, or each time I see you. And then I'm also going to show you some stretches and some exercises that you're going to do with that. And then after that, I'm going to need to see you 2 times a week for 2 weeks. And then I'm going to need to see you once for 2 weeks after that. And so that'll be a total of 6 weeks. And it's going to be, all added up, everything's going to be $600, just so you know ahead of time. Payment is due at the time services are rendered, so right after each visit.
Okay.
And after those 6 weeks are up, we're going to reevaluate and kind of see where we are. Okay? All right. So if do you all have any other questions? All right. Well, then I can't wait to get started.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.